relationships far outweighs that of building customers.
Yeah.
So when you used to go to a networking event, I was in a mortgage company. I was with a mortgage company. And I used to come home with a shoebox filled with business cards and say, oh, this was a successful night. But 2 weeks from that point, I would say, who are all these people? I don't remember them.
Yeah.
So now my suggestion is for a 3 or 4 hour event, you should really only take about 15 or 20 business cards, because there's a certain way that you approach at a networking event. Let's say you approach a table with 4 or 5 people, and then there's a difference between one person and 5 people. So you have to realize that you're speaking as the expert in your field, and what you say really better be intelligent, because otherwise you'll lose people. But there's a secret to the sauce on how you do it properly. My 30-second tagline is, I help professionals network and communicate more effectively and efficiently, thus creating more profit. And that's the whole crux of the situation. You have to network effectively and efficiently in order to gain the most out of it. And really, the most important thing you have to remember whenever you go to a networking event is you want to give. You don't want to receive. You want to give as much as you can. You want to talk to the people and say, how can I be your best referral source? How can I make you more successful?
Yeah, I've been to many events, some paid, some free. Have you found any? Have you found to have a different experience versus a free event versus a paid event?
Well, the free event, because now you're talking about the differences between conferences and seminars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because seminars, a lot of them would be free. Okay, you go there and you listen and try to get the most out of it, but the people there is just that, it's people there for free. And you don't get the same type of person than if you have to pay.
Yeah, that's been my experience. I think I made the mistake that that I would be able to meet the same type of people at both places. That was my mistake. Because when I would go to the let's say a meetup, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I would just assume that, hey, these people are more than likely corporate people, or they work, they're local, they work in some type of job. Maybe it could be a sales job or even maybe a business owner or whatever, right? I used to assume that it's probably going to be the same or similar versus me flying to Vegas to a paid event, right? But I was wrong. Mostly it's a different crowd in both environments.
Well, different crowd, because when you go online for a meetup and you meet in a certain area or place of business, that's usually small business and salespeople from those small businesses all trying to make their mark. When you go to a conference, that's more for learning, and you network in between the classes or before or after those events. And so you really get to network that much more, but it really depends on where you are at. Because if you're self-employed, or if you're a salesperson for a small company, you go to those meetups and you may get the clients that you're looking for. But you have to remember that everybody there is doing the very same thing. What you wouldn't do, or what you are trying to accomplish, is if you walk through the door of a meetup, it's a very small, after hours, after business hours, and you're there trying to help everybody else. Because what goes around comes around. So if you're out there, because if I give you a referral, and if next day or 2 days later, I find somebody that needs your services, I have them say my name, and you realize that I gave you a referral, you instinctively want to give me a referral back, right? So you want to help me. So indirectly, I'm helping myself by referring you. And if you do that enough times, then it goes around, it does come around.
Yeah, 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 that's true.